Anywho, Peter Barrett, Mo Kinani, man, that's gonna be a good one. Man. Just kind of think back, kind of like the shots. He didn't really fire shots, but he just kind of was like, yeah, man. He throws bombs, and that's kind of like I'm gonna pick him apart.
Really, just addressing,
matter-of-factly,
addressing and assessing the challenge at hand. Really respecting it as a true challenge and an achievement in and of itself. Stepping in there with someone of the caliber of Peter Barrett at this stage in his career and motivation, and now or never, like you said, taking time off.
The fuck is this?
Not getting any.
Oh man, finally, right on cue. Slippery Pete.
Perfect.
Slippery's logged in.
What up? All right, yo, let's crack it. Hold on, my audio's fucked up in my truck.
You're connected to Bluetooth. Go, lightweight. Nope.
Can't hear you.
You can't connect to your Bluetooth because.
Don't connect to Bluetooth.
Oh, I got
there
it.
We go. Now we're
good. Go.
Yeah, good. You hear us?
Rock and roll.
Are you connected to your Bluetooth?
No, I'm plugged into my truck. CarPlay.
Turn it up a little bit. We can barely hear you. We heard you
call
back
back
at
in.
the beginning. What?
Okay, hold on.
Who knows?
Did he say he's going to call back in?
You know what he's doing in his lap. He's probably more concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because he just got done sparring. He's like, you know what his first thing is when he gets it.
Mind recovery, yes. Yeah. Important. Well,
I can't wait to talk to Pete. I always love to talk about Pete because he's always got some good conspiracies. And I mean, Johnny's a conspiracy guy.
The balloons.
The balloons.
I gotta get his thing. I was dying to ask him about his.
Oh, here he is.
Can you guys hear me?
That's so much better.
There we go. Loud and clear.
All right.
Oh, okay, good, because I can't hear a thing. Oh, maybe I know why. Do not disturb. No. Done.
Is your radio on? Turn it up.
No, dude, it's not picking anything on the fucking app. The last time I called into you guys, it worked fine using a different call-in feature.
But you've just heard me say that, so you can hear me now.
Yeah, because it's playing through my phone, so it sounds like a whisper.
Turn your volume on your phone up now.
Hey, do speaker.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Speakerphone.
the VM that's fucking it up. It won't give me speakerphone. It's not giving me anything. Hold on, let me unplug it from my fucking car.
There you go. Now we can't hear you.
Now we can't hear you.
Oh, you fucking cunt. Sorry, guys, I'm swearing live on TV. I apologize.
Oh, shit, it happened. You're back. No one here gives a fuck.
Can you guys hear me now?
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah, hear us.
No. Let's try this again. Hey, can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Sound like an AT&T commercial.
Hold on, one person. Pete, can you hear us?
All right, now I can hear you.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
All right. We're in communication like a
That's
Chinese
a
spy balloon.
Spicy meet the ball.
So, Pete, Kinani, I know you were training. You didn't get a chance to probably watch. He said you're highly calculated violence. He's highly technical violence. Johnny, how did he?
Bro, that bitch just that fucking moron. That kid's a fucking idiot. He just decisioned a 7 and 10 kid from Guam and almost got beat in the process. Him and his whole fucking camp are morons. Why would you ever give this kid such a high quality fight at such a young stage in his career? The whole team is suspect. Nate Libby down.
Wow. Okay.
Give me that. Yeah, back that up. Old boy fought a 7 and 10 kid who has 17 fights within the Pacific region that almost finished him, and that kid hasn't fought anybody with more than a winning record. But Mo, 2 fights ago you got finished by an 0-0 pro. Tell me how tactical you are, you dumb motherfucker.
Okay. What do they say? Business is just about to pick up. Pete, tell us how you really feel, I guess.
No shit, dude.
So, what?
You know,
Obviously, you told us what you think of Mo. I mean, there's got to be something that stands out for Mo, for you, that, you know, you have some concerns, right? Anything that you see from him?
I mean, if looks could kill, he'd be a fucking rocket launcher.
I will say.
He's one ugly bastard.
So, Pete said to me, I think this kid was mean when I first mentioned the fight. He's like, yo, it was mean mugging me in the locker room. I had a feeling he was going to ask to fight me. And I did have to say to Pete, though, I said, Mo just has that mean mug face. Like he I don't know if he was specifically mean mugging you on purpose, but you obviously took it that way.
Dude, he's been saying stupid shit online for quite some time. Like, your mouth's writing checks, your ass can't cash, homie. I'm about to put your teeth down your throat and prove it to you. The kid's never been hit. He got hit by one guy who was 0-0. Granted, the kid turned around and beat Bruce Boyington, but Bruce Boyington's an old fucking dog in the game. There's no credit to that win anymore. Old boy got smashed by an 0-0 in the first round, mind you. Give me a break, dude.
So speaking of the old dog, you know, part of the conversation lies in, like, Mo's an up-and-comer. You've been around for a long time. You know, does that play into you? Because it's, I mean, what do you think of that notion?
I mean, I'm about to hit the tunnel. I hope it doesn't fuck anything up. But what? How does my age play in it? I'm young, fucking the freshest amateurs coming into this game. You know where my mind's at. You three know me better than some of the rest in this community. There's not an old hair on my body. You might find a white hair on my ball bag, and if you find it, you can have it. That's about as old as it gets.
He strikes me as a manscaper, so I don't feel like you have any hair.
I don't have any hair on my balls. You're right.
Where the hell is
it? Hey, but if there was a white hair, that's where it would be.
Oh, man. So, you know, when we have Peter Barrett, they're always in for something crazy. So, Pete, obviously you let us know. We're going to come back to the Mo Kinani. You're our resident conspiracy theorist. What's going on in the world right now?
Have you guys heard about Ohio? What do you mean? It's been a mass media cover-up.
Yeah,
essentially what happened in Chernobyl just happened in Ohio on Friday.
Yeah.
And the fucking, I'm trying to, you know, use the right words so people don't think I'm ignorant. These morons, imbeciles, thought, hey, it's a bunch of toxic PVC mix. Instead of letting it slowly burn off, why don't we just blow it up? What happens when you blow up a whale that washed up on the beach? You just make the mess 10 times bigger. Why would highly volatile chemicals be any different? Give me a break. Dude, wait till you see the fallout from this. It's going to change everything. The Ohio River runs into the Mississippi. The Mississippi runs down to the Gulf Coast. You don't think the Gulf Coast has got enough trouble with all the oil we spill into it? Now we're going to dump all this highly toxic, volatile chemical material into it? Dude, we are just fucking going way off the other end with this shit.
So using that as a jump off point, I saw on your social media today. That's why the UFO stuff's coming out, to deter everybody from this whole chemical spill.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I would say anytime you see something that plays into like the public interest, they're trying to dissuade what's going on. Not to mention, or also to mention that the day that they hit everybody with the number 2, number 3, and number 4 was the same day that they announced that they were going to come out with, they were going to publish the Epstein flight logs, right? So this is going to implicate a lot of high profile, powerful, rich people. So if we get that full list, they're going to do everything they can in their right mind to keep our attention off of it. So look for some big false flags coming up. Look for some big things that, like, you're going to scratch your head and be like, is this really fucking happening? Because I guarantee if you dig a little bit deeper, something else is going on. I mean, there were 4 big things that happened right before the UFO stuff happened. And to say it's a coincidence would be flat out ignorant. Not
So
to
we have
mention any of these UFOs that we see. Yeah, that might be extraterrestrial tech, but it's our own goddamn Air Force. It's our own government. They're our own things. We fly them at night so we can test them, and we let people think they're UFOs. Even the Tic Tacs, you can look up the patents. The Tic Tacs that they released the videos of 6 months to a year ago from the cockpits of the fighter jets that saw them over the Pacific. We have patents that prove that we can launch similar vessels out of submarines and control them in the air. So there's if you look into the patents that the U.S. Air Force has, a lot of this stuff can be explained by way of the technology that we know they have the ability to produce. It's just not known because people don't know where to look for it.
I got two things I'm thinking about while you're driving. What hand's on the wheel? Because you're talking with your
My
hand.
third hand. I gotta reel it in and be a little more appropriate. I'm driving with my knee.
2 more trains derailed since Ohio as well, he said.
Yeah, and you think it's just a coincidence that eggplant burnt down 3 weeks ago? Give me a break. You know what they're doing? They're starving us. If you paid attention to the World Economic Forum, you'd see that they're trying to push fucking bugs on the people so they can save their steaks for themselves. They're literally pushing for a Hunger Games style reality. So what are they going to do? They're going to attack our food supply. Why? Because they're going to force us into these 15-minute cities, smart cities that they're building across the world. They've got one designed to go up in the Mojave Desert. They've got one going over in Dubai. They've got another one that they're speccing out in Africa. And there's another one, there's a fourth one. They're called like these 15-minute smart cities. And it's essentially going to be like that city in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie when they're living on that ring outside of the planet because the planet's like uninhabitable. They're starting to build those out in the deserts. So they're going to attack our food supply. They're going to put us incredibly dependent on the government. We're going to push for a totalitarian one world state. This alien invasion is going to aid in it because all the people are going to beg for fucking like, save us, save us. And then here comes this one world government. It's been their plan from day one. You can look into, old boy's name, what's his name? I just shared the video yesterday, about how the people that would benefit most from pushing us into the one world government are also the same people that have the technology to fake an alien invasion.
Pete, always something interesting. I always learn something crazy with you, man. I got to tell you, I enjoy it because I don't know if I agree with everything you say, but I kind of like, wow, man, this kid's in on this. You made me think of something, though. You said Hunger Games. It's pushing us to Hunger Games. Who's your Hunger Game partner?
My partner in crime. What do you mean? Africa.
You can't have your woman.
Yeah, well, dude, why not? Dude, why not? All the more motivation to be a fucking psychopathic killer to preserve our well-being. You tell me I'm going to have someone else next to me that I'm going to care about keeping them alive more than her? Not happening, dude. I would fucking go off the deep. So ancient Greece, the most feared royal guard, right? In ancient Greece. Greece or Rome? Greek. They were the Greeks. So the most lethal, feared royal guard were a band of lovers. And the two men were paired up to each other. And the theory was if they saw their lover get killed in battle, there would be a blood rage unparalleled to anything, a bloodthirst, a bloodlust. And these people would just murk everybody around them. I'm taking that, motivation into making her my co-Hunger Game partner.
I was thinking if you got in a bar fight, who's your bar for? I mean, you went totally different than I was expecting. But I guess,
well, dude, you gotta mix it. We're talking Hunger Games. You gotta mix the love story into it. Fans don't want an action movie without a love story.
All right, fine. All right, I'm on you. All right, so you mentioned 4. My last thing. You mentioned 4. So we talked about the balloon. We talked about the oil spill or whatever, the chemical spill. You mentioned the flight logs. What was the 4th thing that they were trying to detect?
I would have to pull it up, but It was just on my story. There was the Epstein, there was the oil spill. I mean, we can always just say the southern border. We're finding Chinese nationalists coming across the southern border right now. Give me a fucking break. How about the 200 people from Haiti that just showed up in the Florida Keys? We spend how many billions on national security and defense, and we've got rickety rafts and fucking Chinese nationalists making it into the country. Give me a break, dude. We're the laughing stock of the world right now.
That was it. Actually, I think I saw your story earlier. It was like we spent X amount of billions of dollars in government defense, and rafts and balloons are infiltrating our country.
Yeah, come on.
Let's just send Slippery Pete with Africa. You know, throw him out there. And just
Dude, send us over there. We'll fucking wipe them all out.
Anyways, let's bring it back.
Slippery Pete to the White House.
Slippery Pete 2020. What is it? 2024. Yeah,
I've got a rocky history, man. You put me in a political scene, they would be like, "What happened on this date? I plead the fifth. What happened on this date? I plead the fifth."
Hey, you know what you could do is say, "I'll kick all your asses," and that would work.
Yeah, and then they tase you and throw you in jail.
All right.
No, they don't throw you in jail. I've seen.
So let's go back to Mo. Let's pull him up full screen. We did the same thing. Maybe refrain from smoking weed.
Prediction.
For this. Prediction for your fight with Mo Kinani.
I'm gonna fucking kill him with these two hands in the first round. Shh, it's a secret. I'm gonna fucking murder old boy.
What is it?
I said I'm gonna murder old boy, or this young buck, whatever the hell you want to call him.
All right, there we go. So Pete, I was wondering if we're still going through like you were so quiet. We're still having the connection issues. So that was our secret. We're not supposed to tell anybody.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. Ain't nothing gonna change. There's nothing gonna change. Old boy's gonna feel the hands. He's gonna crumble. He's gonna kick me once. I'm gonna check his kicking. Like, oh, I ain't gonna throw that again. All right, buddy. Don't worry. You ever seen a box of toothpicks fall? You will on the 18th.
There you go, Peter Barrett. On a fun note, on a fun note, what do you got in mind for T-shirts this time? You always got something cool.
I've been rapping with the Jameson or the Baileys, you know, just something big and Irish, you know, pulling that heritage. Maybe we'll go like Neolithic stone cave art stuff, but you know, we got to make sure people recognize it. So maybe I'll do like a Guinness with the tri-spiral, maybe the Jameson. I don't know. What we won't do is proper 13 because that's the most disgusting whiskey in the fucking world. Sorry, Connor. Stick to fighting, buddy.
Proper 12.
Isn't that what I said?
He has a new apple. He has a new apple flavor.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's because Crown has an apple, and he's just, you know, a year and a half late to the game.
All right, we got a couple people saying Guinness, a couple people saying Jameson. All right, we got some ideas. Well,
I mean, yeah. What else? We could do. I mean, I'm open for recommendations, of course, but I figured something. Yeah, you know, I thought about that too because I'm magically delicious, but you know, that's just who I am, so I'll keep that to myself. But you know, no, Lucky Charms was in the mix. But I think it's to do a Lucky Charms, there's so many colors. I'd have to put like 7 colors on the front. That'd be an expensive shirt.
Yeah. You got a couple of teammates before we let you roll. I see you stop, so maybe you're home. But what do you think? You got teammates like Tommy Lee Davis fighting on this card, Jerry Bruce from Sidyatong. Then on the flip side with your Lozon squad, you got Gilbride and Valdina and Jacobs. And, you know, you got a lot of guys fighting on this card. What's it been like in the gym preparing for this?
I mean, lots of good energy. Everybody's getting the good work. You know, I would love to know how many of us are fighting on the day card, how many of us are fighting on the night card. But it's been good. You know, we've been getting some small groups together to get the work in, just pushing each other, making sure we're working on basics, really hitting the fundamentals, making sure our defense is strong, making sure we can circle to the left with our guard high, circle to the right with our guard high. You know, none of this stupid bullshit where you just sit in the 50-50 and trade the whole time. I'm going to make this kid miss. So we got to drill that way. And that's a lot of, you know, what you would call boring drills. But when it comes time to fighting, maybe spend a third of the time actually throwing punches. The other 2/3 of the time you're trying not to get hit. So right now I've been focusing on the 2/3 of not getting hit. So we're going to see some fun stuff.
You got to actually try to like hit and miss getting hit and hit back. Cause usually you're not afraid to take a couple to throw, you know, land a couple.
Yeah. You know, I love it.
Is that getting old?
It's,
Is that getting old?
It keeps me young.
Well, everybody's asking about the day and night. So right now it's 12 pro fights at night. The daytime card will be all amateurs with 1 or 2 pro fights. Bo's team is positioning to put you guys on the day. A couple people say Peter Barrett versus Mo Kinani is a primetime fight. You can't put that on during the day.
Bro, that could be the main. I thought that was the main event of the day. Last time we talked, that was the main event of the day.
Well, yeah, that's what they want. But then I've had a lot of fan pushback saying that's too prime time of a fight to be on during.
You know why? Because they don't want to buy 2 sets of tickets. The cheap fucks. If they went to the UFC, they would be there just as long, all day, all night, and they would have paid 3 times the amount to see a third of the fights.
Well, we got a stack card. I don't know how many of the fights you know about. Give me one fight that you're looking forward to seeing.
I mean, dude, honestly, I just
worries about himself.
I did, yeah, bro. I mean, I love to support my team and my teammates and help them get their things together, but you know, you can only watch bits and pieces. If you find yourself getting stuck watched to a fight, your adrenaline goes, your cortisol goes, you might burn some energy unexpectedly. So you got to try to keep it calm and cool.
Producer Joe threw us a private comment. He goes, what are your thoughts on Ali's fight? Ali Zabian, if you haven't heard, Ali Zabian will be taking on Jacob Bone. 2 former
Where? For you?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Whoa. I thought I was getting that rematch. And he said, well, Mike, we got to have conversations before we get on air. Dog, you let that motherfucker fight? You let that motherfucker fight without fighting me again? That bitch? That little bitch? Come on. Come on. Dude, you know what's going to be awesome? When Bone fucking 2 pieces him up, bro.
Wow. Well, I will say this. There was an offer out to fight you. There was an offer to fight Joe. And he was in talks. Jacob Bond, I think you knew, was fighting Brandon Marat. Marat pulled out, and when Marat pulled out, Bone was fighting on the same card with 2 of his teammates, and it was very important that he stayed on the card because he really wanted to have the opportunity to fight with 2 of his students, Hixenbaum, who was fighting Jerry Muse in particular. And I felt such a strong obligation that he wanted that opportunity to fight with his 2 students. I thought it was important to keep that fight on. And don't be surprised, Ali does have something up his sleeve. There will be call-outs in the event he is victorious. So he does know you want the rematch. He does know he wanted Giannetti. So there's definitely something there for him.
Cool.
I know you want that rematch.
I'm going to throw this out there. When I knock Mo, however the hell you say his last name out, well, we're gonna have a hard time keeping that phone on the hook. All right, they've already told me. If they already told me, I've already got the emails in my inbox that says if anybody gets hurt in the next 2 months, you're on a short list of replacements that we're sending to those teams. So God forbid someone gets hurt between now and March 18th, and I get that phone call. Guess what? You know what it is, Uncle Dana. I'll drop everything. If I got to be there on Tuesday and it's Sunday night, I'm packing my bags.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all other things equal, I fucking destroy Mo. We get that phone call because what? Now I've dusted off like 4 people in a row without any discrepancies. 3 tough veterans and then 1 up and comer. I mean, give me a better argument as to why I'm not back in the UFC or something better.
Yeah, Spencer Higa. Yeah, Jacob Bone fight.
Bone, of course, Bone, and then Bone turned around and took out turned around and won his last fight. So
Bakanowski.
And Bakanowski's has a pretty good record too.
So personal feelings towards Ali aside, because obviously we understand how that rubs you. Bone versus Ali, both former opponents. What do you think of that fight? Personal feelings aside, that you think you want to have Ali rematch. So,
I think if Bone doesn't push the pressure, it's going to be a very boring fight.
Who are you prediction for that fight?
And I feel like both of those guys are more like rise to the pace of their opponent type fighters, not pace setters. So we could be in for a very boring positioning battle.
All right. Prediction for a winner.
Jacob Bone.
All right, there you go. You heard it first. All right, Pete. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for the conspiracy hour. As we expand our live to every day of the week, we're pushing Johnny to get his half-baked, or what is it? Is it half-baked? Baked down? Yeah. What is it called?
Full baked.
Or he doesn't even know his MMA baked down. MMA baked down. We're trying to get an Angry Andy rant hour, and we're going to need a conspiracy.
An hour?
Well, I don't know, maybe not an hour, but then we need another podcast, a conspiracy, something conspiracy theory there.
Gonna rant an hour?
Just send them a link to my Instagram story. It's all you need.
Jesus Christ. I don't even look. We're friends, and I don't even look. I go 3 clicks on that, and I'm like, wipe. I'm like, I can't even look at all this. I did watch one of them that you put up today, though. The whole chemical thing. And I went to the link that you linked, and I was like getting a little into it. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up what's going on in Ohio. And not to mention, what was it? Fox sent a team down there to report on it, and the guy was literally accosted by local police and thrown out of the gymnasium for reporting on it.
So did they evacuate?
And hold the phone. I'm back. So the Twitter files, the Twitter executives are being prosecuted right now. They're all going to jail for meddling with a fucking presidential election. Joe Biden's illegal ass should be thrown in jail too. Not only for the shit with the election, his son's fucking laptops, but about his family, about showering with his fucking niece or something, about knowing that his son was like molesting his other kids' fucking kids, about, dude, are you kidding me? About Burisma, about fucking Ukraine, all of this shit.
I don't even know.
This was also another mass distraction.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought I vaguely read something about like now they made a big deal about going after Trump's classified files, but now Biden and other people, they've realized that Trump wasn't the only one.
Right. So now all of a sudden the news media tells you to stop caring about it and how different it is when, hold on, the vice president stole classified information. He doesn't even have the power to like sign a piece of paper that declassifies it. President Trump had that power to take those things, had them approved, had them declassified. The files that he had were approved to be at his residence from the archives. The files at Biden's house were not on record being there, and there was no visitor log of who could have accessed them. Everything at Mar-a-Lago has a visitor log. Anybody that could have been in the vicinity of those files would have been on a form that said this person was here on this date from this time to this time. Did they have that? No. Don't even get me started. And it's not even right versus left. It's more of just like the song and dance pony show to keep everybody distracted from what's really going on. Do you want to, and you know what else was weird? You know what else was weird? The AI fucking robot dogs and Jason Derulo's pregame fucking performance. Anybody else think that was weird?
Didn't even.
He had the Boston Mechanic, the Boston Dynamics, fucking AI robot dogs dancing in his fucking Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, that's some Terminator shit right there. Yeah, that's black.
Absolutely. They're mounting guns on those things in LA.
What? Dude, I'm just happy in my little bubble of fight world. I was like, if it happens outside of cage size, I don't even pay attention to it. I'm kind of glad I don't.
Yeah. Hey, maybe it's time.
Jesus Christ.
It
Causes depression and anxiety.
Rally up the pilgrims.
That's all right. I pay attention so you guys don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm one of your first phone calls when shit hits the fan, because I don't pay attention to much other shit. But like, I need a phone call, Pete. I want to be on that list of 5.
Mike, don't worry. When I go start my community in the hills of Montana, you'll be a part of the Homestead Project.
Nice. All right, cool. I got a place to go, man. Actually, me and my sister-in-law, and my wife and her, like, we always talk about starting a compound. We want to buy a lot of land and put 2 houses on it, called the compounds. And
well, you should probably do it like out. You should probably do it like out in Texas or Montana or Idaho, where, like, you know, as long as you don't turn the TV on, the pandemic doesn't show up.
Yeah.
All right, Pete. Well, I think enough conspiracy. I'm going to be thinking about this shit. Johnny's already Googling it. Man. And Africa said she wants to go to a beach. She don't want to be in fucking Montana. Can we get a beach? Can we get a beach compound? Homestead?
Hey, we can go. I mean, I'm pretty sure Belize has a non-extradition policy, so we can go hide there for a little bit.
Is that Belize?
Yeah.
No. And then Rob Pico's nominating Valdina to lead the Gladiator squad for our homestead.
A gladiator squad.
Yeah, we need our own military, right?
You ever shot a gun?
Yeah.
Yeah. All hands on, I suppose.
All right, cool.
It hits someone with a stick.
Tyler Pimentel said, we'll all freeze to death in Montana because not one of us have survival skills.
Well, you know, shit, we're going to build a homestead. We're not just going to live in the woods and teepees. We're not trying to recreate anything here. We're trying to have, like, you know, a house out in the woods with Wi-Fi. Give me a break.
We still want to massage guns and stuff. We're not fucking like savages. Jesus, Tyler. But Tyler, you'll be on my homestead list because I know you'll take care of me to survive.
He's already on like skinning moose and deer and
yeah.
So we got Tyler.
You know, everybody needs a particular set of skills to join the community.
All right, cool. Still don't know what mine are, but hey, we'll figure it out. Well, Pete, thank you so much. I don't know what the hell you got. Good, you're putting the weed away. Good. All right, my man. Thank you so much.
Later, boys.
Stop by with tickets tomorrow. I'm dropping them all off.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to slang these things like hotcakes.
I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there
Word,
tomorrow,
bird.
bro. Later. Jesus Christ, you never know what the hell you get with Peter Barrett.
Yeah, no, you know it's gonna.
You do know, but it's like Jesus Christ.
Everybody tonight. I mean, like Mo was really calm and collected, but still like balls his way. But Malaysia and Pete both going on their own respective tangents. More excited for this fight card than I was when I woke
Here
up
we
this
go,
morning.
Tyler with the money comments. I'll get to Montana and look at takeout. Very true. We'd be like, can you DoorDash and Uber Eats out here?
I ain't getting no seafood though.
Nah, not in Montana. Yeah, man, great show tonight. I mean, honestly, all of our guests were.
Nick got some clips.
Definitely, Nick got some clips. Yeah, I hope he's watching, so I hopefully got some good clips of Mo and his assessment of Peter Barrett, because that was woo.
Didn't even get the chance to ask Peter his assessment. He just came out of the guns, just flying, and was not as friendly.
Which is crazy because Pete is brash, but like he's never really backfired up about an opponent. I mean, he has in the past, but like you look at his last few fights, he never really kind of came like that. Like I think he has a chip on his shoulder because you know this, and like he said.